What's up, Squad? My name is William Steele with the Marketing Squad, and I'm going to talk about the news today. Just a couple things I wanted to share with you. I know it's doing this a little late today. It's about around 6 o'clock, I think. But I don't want to use that as an excuse not to do a show. So today, again, I'm just going to talk about little news. Updates on major platforms, good stuff that other excellent publishers publish. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. So Facebook, I just wanted to mention this again in case you missed it or haven't or don't know yet. 4 days ago they announced this. So the news feed change. So basically. One of the biggest focus areas of 2018 is to make sure the time is well spent on Facebook. So basically the update is they're going to prioritize posts from friends and family over public content. So basically advertising and posts from non-friends and non-family are going to be pushed down lower in the feed, right? Because they're trying to engage people more with their friends and family, right? So that's basically what it is. So now they mentioned this before, but I definitely want to stress this again. So using engagement bait to goad people into commenting on posts is not a meaningful interaction, so they're going to be punished basically. So those posts basically don't do them anymore. Facebook hates it, and it's not a good idea to do it, right? When one of these major platforms makes a change like this, it's important to be aware of it right when it happens, and then adjust what you're doing based on the change, right? A lot of people try to like go against what the platform wants you to do. You can call that type of black hat type of stuff, but that's never really a good idea, is it? I mean, why not just do what the platform wants you to do, right? So it's like SEO now with Google. It's like give Google what it wants, and your rankings are going to be better. Period, right? A lot of people try to go against it, and they try to find a loophole in the algorithm, right? Why even do that? It's more work to do that. Why not just do it the right way, and it's easier, it's better for everyone, basically. So yeah, so try to don't make engagement bait, if you will, on posts. Now running a ad campaign and optimizing it for engagement on Facebook, that's different. That's fine, right? But doing it with these posts is not. Posts from friends and family that get more engagement are going to be prioritized over everything else. Okay, so just wanted to mention that again in case you missed that. Yeah, Amazon, no big change there. I was watching Suits there. Suits is a good show. So Shopify published. Shopify is an excellent blog. In case you don't go to it, it's good. They have an excellent blog. Of course, they blog about e-commerce in general, retail, and then Shopify updates. No updates with the Shopify platform, but they did publish a couple articles that I wanted to mention. So how can you convert customers when they land on a sold out product page? So if a customer clicks on one of your products that's sold out, what do you do, basically, right? So here's where you got to get a little creative. But it's not necessarily being creative. It's just knowing what works, right? So what you can do, they say, sold out item does not have to mean a lost customer. So email signups. So a lot of companies have success with putting an email opt-in and saying, notify me when we're back in stock, right? And then if they're not a lead in the first place, now they're a lead in general. So you do that, get their email address. Say that we'll tell you when we're back in stock. You can use the landing page. I wish I could buy this right now, but it looks like I can't. That's the moment where you can build a landing page and send them there instead. You can offer them other related products, right? Like right now we're out of stock of this product, but we think you'll like this, this, and this. They're similar, blah, blah, blah. Pre-orders. Pre-orders are excellent too. I mean, one of the, there's massively successful pre-launch campaigns that are run all the time. That's what people do. Pre-order, and when we launch, we'll ship out the item to you. You want to give them an incentive to pre-order. Pre-order now, we'll give you 20% off item when it launches or when we're back in stock in this case. Okay, so that's what you can do. Ask them for pre-order, make a landing page. You can do that. Try to get their email address saying notify me when we're back in stock. So there's definitely lots of things you can do there. Okay, so another article they published, so the competitive edge, how to battle retail stores selling similar products for cheaper. So this is a massive, this is one of those concepts that is just a massive kind of like misconception or just massive idea that a lot of entrepreneurs are confused about, right? Like, this company is selling the same product for cheaper. My life is ruined, my business. Look, think about what other things you can offer customers that other companies are not willing to do. Okay, right off the bat, customer service. Customer service is huge. Look at Zappos. Zappos sells shoes. You can buy shoes anywhere. Why did Zappos become a billion-dollar company? Right? They created an experience that was unlike any other. They actually gave a shit about the customer experience, right? They offered you a unique experience that was full of value. That's why. All right, so think of other things you can do besides just the price, right? So customer experience or customer support, huge. I mean, most customer service absolutely sucks now, right? Look at banks. Banks have like the worst customer service in the history of business, I think, right? So if someone wanted to start a new bank franchise or something, and they said, okay, the bank customer service, if someone new did that, I mean, they would become very, very, very successful. There's no doubt in my mind, right? So all right. So first of all, don't just lower your prices just because your competitors do, right? So if you start to lower your price anytime a competitor challenges your market share, you enter a dangerous game you may not be equipped to win, right? Usually the bigger company can kind of fight to the bottom of price because they're bigger, they have more resources, etc. But don't leave your prices alone. Build brand loyalty, right? Put more emphasis on branding, creating a brand story. You know how few of brands actually have a brand story? Very, very little. Very, very little. Most companies just don't even pay attention to that stuff. And that's the stuff that can make such a massive difference. So brand loyalty, right? Have referral programs or customer reward programs, right? Reward people for coming back to your store and buying again. Okay. You can curate your products. Okay. So another way to lower your prices is to stay competitive, is to offer a unique mixture of products that your customers can't get elsewhere. So curating, bundling, huge, right? There's tons of people that are killing it on Amazon by buying one brand's products wholesale and then bundling it with something else, and they sell that, and a lot of sellers kill it like that. So continue to innovate, right? Just innovation in all areas. So it's important to stay innovative. They say exciting new product launches they could do. Keep your retail business innovative by attending the latest retail conferences to check out new technologies and products. Also, never become complacent about your product offerings. That's another thing in general. Never become complacent, right? If you become complacent, look what happened to Blockbuster, right? A massive 800-pound gorilla, right? Out of business, just like that, very, very quickly, right? They didn't, I guess they just, didn't see where technology in the future was going, and they didn't do anything about it, right? And then someone else came along and made those changes, kept up with what people were doing and what inventions were taking place. They weren't emotionally attached to what they were selling, right? And they won. So basically, staying ahead of your competitors. It can be difficult to compete in a global market where there's so many brands competing for sales. By differentiating yourself, keeping your offerings fresh, and ensuring your brand and messaging resonate with your target customers can help you retain your hard-earned market share, right? So again, another just talking about durable. A business should place its bigger bets on traits that are hard to commodify and copy. Brand, the customer experience are a good place to begin. So speaking of that, content, what kind of content are you giving your customers? Right? There's so many businesses that aren't even producing any content yet, even though it's mandatory now, and it's not mandatory to just produce content. Your content has to be extremely good now. Grow intentionally. Okay, so despite the occasionally puzzling nature of running a business, some aspects are solved problems. They're the operational equivalent of the wheel in that there's no need to invent a set of square tires. Instead, it's better to offer an off-the-rack solution than that somebody else already developed. Okay, so by grow intentionally, they mean foregoing the flavor of the week and instead committing to a strategy that fits the business. Exaggerating the point in order to make it. I'm unsure how many lug nuts you need to sell on Pinterest, no matter how many people are now using the platform. Right, so successful stores deeply understand their customers and match their marketing to their market. Okay, so stuff like that, very, very, very important. Okay. So personalization is also massive. If you're selling one product and another company selling the exact same thing, which is probably the case, ask how can you personalize that product so that your customer has a better experience. All right, and it's something that costs all of 5 or 10 cents to do, right, to personalize something, but most companies aren't willing to do that. Right, so that's it. That's it for today. That's it for today's news. That's all I wanted to talk about. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Again, my name is William Steele. Any questions or anything,